Hello, I'm Mika,
And I'm Zach.
and we're here to tell you about the DNA testing from Ancestry.
First, we'll go over the process, how you go about getting the DNA test, and how long it takes to get the results, and how the whole process was for us and what we experienced when going through it. So, the first thing is you go to the Ancestry.com website, and there should be a tab that says DNA, and you click on it, and you should be able to, there should be another link to register. I'm sure that's easy enough to figure out. You do have to be or have an account with Ancestry, but it can be a free one. Once you order the test, you can expect, the 5 to 7 business days for it to arrive. For us, it was 7 days.
Yeah, so I bought the test on February 16th, 2016. And it took about 7 days for it to come in the mail, and then we sent it out the day afterwards. You get this packaging. You get this Ancestry. See if you can see it, hopefully. This DNA, and basically it comes with an instruction manual and a code. This was one of ours. I don't know which one this is ours, but you get this, which is.
And the code is used to keep track of which tube is yours. So you would put the code in your account, and once they receive the tube with that code, they know that those results belong to that account. And we both got our email about the results being ready on the same day because we shipped ours together.
But his came before mine. So.
Mine came earlier in the day. Hers came later. They picked up my box first.
Yeah, he kept getting notifications before me. I was like, what about me? Like, why? So, yeah, his results came way before mine. But not long, maybe a couple hours. I remember they said that yours was processing a couple days before mine. But as long as mine gets processed, that was okay.
And when they email you that your results are ready, when they email you that they're testing your sample, they also email you a PDF that shows how they're able to get all this information from your saliva. And then when you get the results, you just log back onto your Ancestry.com account. You go to the DNA tab and you can view your results. Yeah, let's share our results.
Okay, so he's going to read he's going to read my DNA results, and I'm going to read his DNA results. And we're going to just tell you what Ancestry came up with. So, I'm going to do his.
You want to read mine first?
Yeah, I'm going to read yours.
Okay.
I have it.
I got it. Okay.
Okay, so Zach is 95% European. In that 95%, he is 46% European West, which is France, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, so on and so forth in that region. The next one is 26% Italian and Greece. And the next one is 12% Ireland. So he has 12% of that. And 10% Great Britain. So he's 10% Great Britain. And then there's these things called, they have listed trace regions, which you have, I guess, a small percentage of. He has less than 1% European Jewish and less than 1% Scandinavia. And then here are some other trace regions. This trace region is in West Asia.
So I'm 5% West Asian.
Yes, 5% of that. And he is 3% Middle Eastern. So this is the Middle East, which is Iraq, Saudi
Jordan, Arabia, Syria.
And around that area in the Middle East, which I found surprising.
Me too. I had no idea I had Middle Eastern in me.
He's 3% Middle Eastern. That's funny. And 2% Caucasus.
Yes, 2% Caucasus, which is also part of it includes Turkey, Iran, Georgia, Syria, Turkey, other places that were
Armenia.
really close to the Middle East.
Yeah. So he has 2% of that in him. And that makes up the
That makes up Zachary
wins.
Millett. Yes, yeah. that makes up me.
That makes up the 5%, and the rest is European.
Yep. So I'm 95% European, and then just 5% West Asian. That's me. Mika, on the other hand, here I will show you. We'll read Mika's results. She has covered a lot more land than I.
My Ancestry's got around.
Yes, they did. First thing they have listed here is Africa, and she's 87% African.
87.
In Africa, she is 34% Ivory Coast and Ghana.
Ghana. I like saying Ghana. Ghana. Ivory Coast. Ghana.
That is
so beautiful.
That's more to the west of Africa.
That's what most of my DNA makes up. 34%.
34% of that 87%. And so then next we have the Cameroon and Congo, which is 30%. So that's another big portion of it. Those are also towards the west. Those are smaller areas. And then we have Benin and Togo. Benin. Benin and Togo, which is 14%. Those are really small. I'm surprised about how small they are.
Yeah, those really countries are like Benin looks like a key. You look at it.
Looks like a what?
A key.
Oh, it does look like a key.
And it looks like a key, and Togo's right attached to it.
Yes, it is.
It's like a little key.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, I researched it.
Oh, yeah.
And then
And then trace regions in Africa where she has some DNA from is Africa, Southeastern Bantu, which is 3%. Bantu? Ban. I keep saying ban.
I mean, I guess just the way you pronounce it doesn't matter, but... Yeah.
And then 2% Mali, 2% Nigeria, and 2% Senegal. So those are her trace regions. And then also, she has more trace regions, but these are from different parts of the world. This one, she's less than 1% American, so she's less than 1% Native American. Then she's less than 1% Asia, and the region in Asia is Asian South. She's less than 1% Asian South, which includes area of India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, those areas. And then she's 10% European, and in Europe she's 4% Iberian Peninsula, 2% Europe West, 2% Scandinavia, and less than 1% Finland, Northwest Russia, and then also less than 1% Ireland. And then in West Asia, she is 1% of her DNA is from West Asia, and their trace regions in there are Caucasus, which is 1%. So we share Caucasus, we share Ireland, but I have a lot more Ireland.
Yeah, I have less than 1%. He has 14%.
And I think there was one more I think we shared, but I don't remember.
It's in Europe. It's in Europe.
It's in Europe?
Yeah. Europe West. You're 40.
Oh yeah, Europe West. I am
He's 46%, and I am 2%.
Just a little measly
Europe
2%.
West.
What's interesting about this is when you click on an area where you're from, they will provide history about that area for you, which you can read through. Which is interesting because sometimes it's really hard to find good information about the history of an area when you just search things normally on the web.
You get all kinds of things when you Google stuff.
And sometimes you just get you just get the same results over and over again, no matter what site you go to. They're saying the same thing in different ways. This one gives you a lot of information about people who migrated to that area, what was going on at the times, how people came to be in certain areas as opposed to others. So it's really interesting stuff. I have not read through all of it yet. I'm going to at some point whenever I have the time to. It's very interesting stuff.
It's a lot.
That covers about all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really interesting process. I was excited to learn where I'm from. Also, you know, growing up, I've been told I'm mostly Irish and Italian and then a little bit of French. And then going through these results, they tell me I'm more French and then a little bit of Irish and Italian. You know, I'm mostly Europe West, which contains France. So yeah, I'm 46% from Europe West, which contains France. So I'm more French than I am, let's say, Ireland, Irish, or Italian. I'm only 26% Italian and 12% Irish. So it's interesting to learn that, oh, indeed, that's actually, I'm not more Irish and Italian. I'm more French and then some Irish and Italian.
I know. For me, I was always told that my DNA came from, a lot of my DNA came from Native American. Like I had a great grandmother who was Native American, but it shows here that I'm less than 1% Native American, so that's not it.
So you only had that one great grandmother.
Yeah, way back, that was probably, or grandpa, that was probably Native American.
But Native American is a large region.
It is.
It goes from all the way from South America all the way up towards Canada.
They're like, you can DNA all up in this area. So that's
some part of you is from somewhere in this continent.
Right, those two continents, America and South America, it's covering. And yeah, that was you don't I share DNA with you, but you share DNA with me, but
trace amounts.
Just a little bit.
Like less than 1%.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. Okay, so that's our experience. I want to thank you for watching, and we're gonna go. So bye.
Have a good day.